Hey everybody! It's Two Chicks in a Radio minus RIA. So last week, y'all had RIA. This week, you only have me. And she said something. It was due to, I can't remember. Something about a deadline, dead animal. Yeah. And, oh, yeah. She's trying to plot how to, foil Elon Musk from, taking over the world over here. Or top secret projects or something like that. I don't know. I know last week she said something about Tahiti. Let's go, Brandon, and about me messaging her that. Well, unfortunately, y'all, the Tahiti wasn't true, and well, Brandon's not true either. I needed some R&R, so I wanted to she's caught. Yeah. So I wanted to take some R&R time because my brain has been nonstop taxes and for straight 2 weeks, and it's not been the most fun in my life, but I definitely succeeded and made my goals. I've met some pretty awesome clients along the way, which is pretty cool, to say the least. I mean, they thought it was funny. So, I have ticked people off, so no telling about that too. But, yeah. That's great, James. So, what is new, with y'all out there? I mean, because I know she was on last week, and then me and her hadn't been on for 2 weeks, so y'all haven't seen us totally together in about 3 weeks. So just curious what's going on and see how things are going. So, same old same. Withdrawing as I type this. So yeah. So let's get to the news real quick. And so yesterday was Morse Code Day, as most everybody knows. It was also the it's the day that we celebrate Morse code, and German ham radios were celebrating it yesterday. So basically, yesterday is also a big event here in Alabama. It has been 11 years since we had the major tornadoes that I have talked about off and on, that hit us, and we had a whole bunch of EF5s that day, and just a lot of damage to the state as a whole. And a lot of the tornadoes that did touch down were not even on radar, is how fast they came and gone. So that's pretty crazy. And it's just one of those days that we took time yesterday to remember that horrific day. So apparently today, 7 young women will spend the day at the spent the day at the Dark Amateur Radio Center in Bonatul, I guess. So basically, Werner Vollmer, DF8XO, gave the students insight on the world of amateur radio. Construction projects and radio operation were also on the program. So the DARC has been taking part in this nationwide action day for many years, in which companies and universities throughout Germany open their doors to female students. So they're trying to help with the with more YLs getting into amateur radio. So that's really cool. Jury duty, Lon. Jury duty? Really? That has got to be fun. Jury duty. I have never been called to jury duty. I do have a plan if I am ever called to jury duty. I shall not disclose that because that is our dual, our citizen part duty. But I definitely have a plan to try to get out of jury duty one day, and I want to see if it works. It'll be curious to be to see if it actually works or not. So that will definitely be interesting. So also, when on April 19th, a lot of people who did not have their GMRS license already went online and applied and got their GMRS license. I was one of those people. So I found that really interesting, how many people that actually went and got it done. And I think it's pretty cool. So what's been going on with me is I'm working on doing videos on QRP and doing videos on POTA and stuff as soon as I get my battery in. So I'm working on that. Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of good, Lon, that, they settled out before trial. However, that whole 3-hour time frame, you could have been doing ham radio. I mean, let's face it. Yes, Ron, the GMRS test was so hard. I mean, I studied for that thing, I think longer than I studied for my general, actually. If you think about it, extremely hard. I've just been trying to just breathe with all the tax stuff going on, and finally taking time out for myself. So that's going to be really, really nice to do. And yes. So I know that also last week y'all talked about how marijuana was legal in New Jersey. And how, I guess, grow lights could interfere with ham radio at home if you were growing it. So I don't know if I don't think Rhea plans on growing it anytime soon. I don't know. She totally could do it now. And she definitely has the land for it. That's for sure. Now, James, you know that is BS. I'm going to call you. She says she's not growing it. I thought you had deadlines to do, Rhea. You're supposed to be doing deadlines. If not, you got to be on here. I know you're only doing solo panels. But see, I took a breather last week, so I have no idea what you said or didn't say, and I didn't go back and watch. So I am making my own narrative over here. I thought she's getting her own brand. I thought so too, Ron. Definitely thought so too, that she's getting her own brand. Called Rhea High. She's going to kill me. She is totally going to kill me. I know she's cussing me right now. She's got to be cussing me right now. She's either cussing me or she's laughing. So, So I spent, I'm going to spend the next few days doing yard work and trying to get everything back and then get my antenna and everything back up because, oh yes, I was taught by the best, James. I was taught by the best. So I plan on getting my antenna and stuff back up, but I took it down when we had some major storms coming through that had a lot of wind gusts and everything, and I didn't want it being uprooted at any point in time and all over the place. So I definitely took it down, and I've got to put it back up now that I've mowed the lawn. So yes. Yes, I was taught how to POTA by K8MRD himself. So yeah, I think I'm qualified without having to be in your log. But I will definitely, when I do go POTA, I will definitely let you know that I'm POTAing, so that way you know. Huh, Lon? Did you totally lose it? I've got two cats over here fighting. They just ran off. So, oh no, it seems kind of crazy without RIA here, and I had no agenda, just a whole lot of nothing. I just wanted to come on and show y'all that I was still alive. I did not escape to Tahiti, and I did not elope with some dude named Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. So yeah, that's really about it that's been going on in my world, and just going to get back into making videos now that I have the time to be able to do that. With everything slowing down at work. So oh yes, Mike definitely got 2 million views. Congratulations, Mike. He did. And Lon, you don't mow your own lawn. Well, I mean, how can I put this? It's kind of important to mow your own lawn, in my opinion, because then you can see how crappy your grass looks. And mine looks crappy. Yes. So I definitely yeah, I gotta get that under control. And I got a house project I gotta fix. And yeah, most definitely. So what are you doing, Raven? That's what I thought. Come here, baby girl. You want to be over here and you want to read. Here we go. There we go. I got 2 million views, 7,200 death threats. That's funny. That's hilarious. So who wants to kill you? So 7,200 death threats. What'd you do to get those death threats? That's what I want to know. Oh, Lon, I'm allergic to oak trees. Totally allergic to oak trees. So, yeah, I won't ever be visiting you anytime soon. Because, yeah, at least not without my EpiPen. Ah, that makes sense now. That's funny. That is definitely funny. That makes sense now. See, Joseph, I need you there to remind me about all this. So, I've not hardly been keeping up with anything because I've been having my nose stuck in this computer screen and doing taxes. So, yeah, 3 weeks of that craziness was enough to make me want to have a vacation. That must have been fun. Well, Lon, I'm allergic to oaks. That's all I can tell you. That's it. That's what they tested me for. And it came back with my arm swollen for 4 days. And it was hot for 4 days. And yes. Well, congratulations, Ron. Those are the best things you don't. I mean, that's one of the best things to do is like you getting an award and you had no idea you're going to get it. Kind of like we surpassed the return goal in my office on 2 different spectrums, and I know the going in that I was what my goal was, and I even exceeded my own goal. So it's been really, really like one of those really good things, but at the same time, it's just been frustrating, as well. But it's really, really nice to be able to get awards that you have no idea that you're in the running for. It's kind of like opening up Christmas morning and not knowing what present you're getting. Same difference. So. One tree that I don't know what it is, it's pretty much in the summer, and a bunch of pecan trees. Now, I like some pecans. I know everybody else like it. Yeah, pecans are awesome. I mean, you can use pecans in anything, especially brownies. I like pecan brownies and walnut brownies. But yes, pecans are good too. So how many people are actually going to go get a GMRS radio? Dixie for U.S. President. Thank you, Theo. I appreciate that. Really, really sweet. But I don't know if I really want to be U.S. President or not. That's a hard job to do. I probably fail miserably at it or might succeed. You never know. At least I won't forget my name, that's for sure. Oh, so Don already has 2, and he's getting a 3rd GMRS radio. Well, that's cool. Lon, be careful of those squirrels. They get in places they shouldn't. That's for sure. So I don't have a GMRS radio, but that'd be interesting to get one eventually, and do some stuff on GMRS. That'll be that would be some good content to do. Wait for 2 million views. There you go, Mike. There you go. All them GMRS radios you get sent. There you go. Giveaway time. So, yeah, I think or 2.0 could be giving one away. You never know. Or Ham Radio Clubhouse, or everybody who's doing giveaways nowadays have those. Oh, and Mike goes, well, I think I have 5. I mean, you either have 5 or you don't have 5, Mike. It's one of the 2. It is definitely one of the 2. Most definitely. So, I swear I could sleep for days. For days. Because I am so exhausted. It's not even funny. Like, it's bad how exhausted I am. So, oh, actually 6. Huh. But one is broken. Well, I mean, geez Louise. Hey, Ed. Hey, Nicholas. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that would definitely be nice for you, Ron, for y'all to have one so you can talk back and forth while she drives to Olympia. Hey, Evan. I think I saw you come in and I totally ignored you. I apologize. I'm still in the whole brain fog. Well, you never know, Ron. She may, that might help push her to get her ham license. But at the very least, I mean, even if she doesn't have her ham license, she can still use the radio and all that. So, I mean, it's one of those things that could push her to do it, or she might not. She might just stick with GMRS. Yes, Ed, brain fog from tax season. You would not believe. I mean, I could literally sleep for days. I swear. It seemed like I didn't get enough sleep for 3 weeks because I was literally working 15-hour days. At the end of it, I was definitely pulling 15-hour days trying to get tax returns done. And on the 18th, I was definitely there till almost midnight. I think I left around 11 o'clock that night. Is how crazy it was. So yeah, I'm still willing from all that because I'm still having other things I've got to deal with and people who I couldn't do anything for, and we had to do extensions. I'm having to do extensions now, and it's just getting all the information in and getting it done. So yeah, it's just been very, very crazy. And I know Ria's been really, really busy on her secret project as well. And she's got deadlines on that as well, which is what she's got cooking up is pretty dang awesome. I gotta hand it to her for that. Definitely pretty dang awesome. So it'll be really great when everything comes to light and she's able to tell people stuff. So it's pretty cool. Oh my goodness. Raven's over here picking at me. She's over here tapping on me. But it's just been really crazy, and I haven't been on the radio that much, so I haven't made hardly any contacts because, well, I've been busy. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And I was very surprised because, getting to know clients and stuff, they asked me, they were asking, we were getting to know each other and stuff, and I tell them like, oh, I have a ham radio, and some people were like, oh, I know what that is, and then some people were like, oh, I have no idea what that is. So I had to explain it to a lot of people, which is really cool. People asking you, kind of hobbies and stuff you do and things like that, and getting to know you because, we're sitting there with each other for like an hour, and you got to have something to talk about other than twiddling your thumbs and looking at each other like this. Well, I mean, really and truly, it's just me staring at the computer and not saying a word. If they weren't talking too much, I try to talk and keep things going, which is kind of hard to do when they it's like pulling teeth from a bear. If you had to pull teeth from a bear, I think. So, yeah. Lon, I definitely agree. The super secret, I don't think you can get a Tesla float in the water. Yeah, I don't think you can get a Tesla to float in the water. That's for sure. However, now that we've said it, next thing we'll see is like something like on the news going, hey, Elon Musk is going to try to get Tesla to float in the water and make a boat. Next thing you know, it's going to be an electric boat. I mean, the man does have skills. I have to give him that. You might have just given him an idea, Lon. So I have. What do you want, Betty? So yeah. So other than that, I don't have a lot in the works. I wish I had more to talk about. I've just been brain fogging it. So I've been thinking about what upcoming videos I want to do and things like that. Well, yeah, there you go. But see, Don, that's using nuclear power, though. Yeah, nuclear reactors. Yeah, definitely. There's definitely a thin line between a genius and mental illness, and I think he kind of teeters on both a little bit. But the other thing is you've got to remember, Elon is autistic. So he's got Asperger's, I believe is what it is that he's got. So he's autistic. So yes, he's definitely out there, but he's definitely super crazy genius. So yeah, that explains a lot. Oh, there's already electric boats. See, you know more about it than I do. So, but you never know. He could come up with something where, I mean, with his geniusness. Your taxes drove you nuts. Oh. One of my favorite lines in the surveys that they sent out that people said, the fees were so expensive. I could have done this tax return myself. Well, if you could have done it yourself, you would have done it yourself. So, in that note, I mean, to each their own. But at the same time, though, don't smart off because the fees are higher and you're fussing about paying them because you didn't want to do the return yourself. So next time I say try to do the return yourself, and if you're unsure, then get somebody to help you with it. That's all I gotta say. So yeah, I've gotten those comments and I just laugh at them. And then it's been crazy. You need a bio-lino nuclear battery? That's funny. Okay, well, Dawn, that's where the company has to go in and do a corrected W-2, and then you amend the tax return, and then you fix it. But until they do a corrected W-2, there's really nothing you can do. And you can sit there and fuss at the IRS all day long, but they're not going to do anything about it. I'm going to tell you that right now. They've got too many other things going on. And that's one of the things that they're not going to do. They're not going to spend their time on that. But since we are talking about taxes and we're talking about ham radio and stuff like that for all the YouTubers out there, there is a lot of things that you can write off. And Schedule C and stuff and take things off with. And there's lots of ways to do stuff. Okay, well, if they sent in a corrected W-2 and you have it, then you just need to amend your tax return, and then you just need to do the corrected W-2. But if it's not, if it's not going to make a difference, then there's no sense in mending it. But if it's going to make a difference, then I would amend it. And yes, Ed's right. By the time the IRS does get around to it, it's going to be August. if not later, because actually I have people waiting on refunds from last year that still have not gotten it. So, oh, you filed based on the corrected W-2. Okay, so what's the issue if you filed based on the corrected W-2? I mean, did the IRS send you a nasty gram or something, or what? Because that's going to change things too. And if they sent you a nasty gram, then you just send them a nice little letter back, giving them a copy of the corrected W-2 that your employer has submitted to them. Simple as that. And then you've just got to wait for them to, yeah. So you're just going to have to respond back. Just make sure you respond back, because if you get those nasty grams, people, let me tell you, you don't respond back, the IRS gets pissy. And when they get pissy, they're going to be up your honey. So make sure you respond back, because you could end up owing more money that you shouldn't have owed, but they want to be butts about it. So just respond back and give them the corrected W-2, Dawn, is what I would do. But be nice about in the response. That's it. That's what I would do. And I'd leave it at that. And then I would then just let them respond back to you, which will take a minute. But definitely respond, because if you don't respond, no response is the worst thing you can do for the IRS. Ever. Or even state income tax people. It's the worst thing you can do is not respond. Because they will legitimately come after you. Oh, yeah. See, Ron's right. IRS will definitely hunt you down. So, like, I've had people, and I've sat there and I've looked at their return and everything was done right, and they had done something, they excluded something, didn't input something, didn't give their tax preparer anything, and they ended up owing the IRS. They get a nasty gram about it, and then I have to look at them and tell them, yeah, you owe it, and you need to set up a payment plan or whatnot to take care of this, because it's only going to get worse from here if you don't. And so it's just one of those things that people have ignored them. And I've had clients come in, and I've had to do past tax returns that they owe money and stuff to, and they get a letter or something saying that they owe more, and then I'm having to tell them, like, yeah, you really need to pay it, because I can't calculate how much you're going to owe. I can only do what the system tells me, and then whatever's tacked onto that by them is what's tacked on by them, and that could be 2 to 3 years later worth of fees and interest and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it's just one of those things that you've got to take care of. If you don't, then you're, SOL. And all you can do is fall on the sword and tell the IRS or them, I'm sorry, I meant to respond back, but, it is what it is. So that's what you can do. Yes, interest and penalties suck. They do. Well, Dawn, what I would do is I would send them the paychecks, and I would send them the corrected W-2. That's what I would do. You can also go to irs.gov and look at your local, look and see if you have a local office. Because in Huntsville, we do have a local IRS office. So you can look and see if you have a local office that's near you, and schedule an appointment and go talk to somebody physically in person too. And I've suggested that to a lot of clients. Because there's only so much that I can do, and that they have to go finish up and do. But yeah. So, and I would not have filed that return. I would have filed an extension until I got that corrected W-2 in, if I knew I had a corrected W-2. Yeah. I mean, the IRS will be nice about it, but it's about you being nice. It's about you doing the right thing. They will be nice as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do. If you're not doing what you're supposed to do, is that's when the IRS gets it up there, a bee up their hiney, and get all mad and crap. So, I will not be going to Dayton. I just can't fit it in my schedule at this time because I've got still stuff to do at work. So I will not be going to Dayton. I really wish I was going to Dayton, but I'm just not going to be able to go to Dayton this year. I will be at Huntsville. That's for sure. I will be doing that. Okay. Well, did they mark it as a corrected W-2? I mean, that's a legit question. Is if it's a corrected W-2, it should say corrected W-2 on it. And the box should be correct. It should be checked saying corrected W-2. But just because they sent it to you doesn't mean that they sent it to IRS immediately either. So what IRS has is the original W-2 that they sent. Yeah. So what I would do is I would send in the paychecks, and then I would send in the W-2 that you have, and at the very least, and make an appointment to see somebody in person if you can, and that way you can actually talk to somebody without having to do letters back and forth, which kind of suck. And then calling them up and trying to fix it also kind of sucks, but yeah. So yeah. It's just one of those issues. So that's all I can tell you. So Don, it's perfectly fine. I mean, you've got questions, I've got answers. I do this as my job, so it's not like I don't know what I'm talking about. I've gotten clients that sit there and say, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do. They just didn't like the answer, which is kind of funny how people get mad and upset and they're like everything at you about it. And they're like, well, I just get mad and they make up stuff, which is really hilariously funny. And all because they can't take this deduction or can't take that deduction because they can't do it. So, I mean, it's just crazy how people get when it comes to their money and things like that, which I get. I totally get. But if you think you can do a better job, then go do it yourself. That's my thought process. So, anybody else got any questions? I'll take tax questions. I don't care. Because this is a whole lot about Nada. And just catching up and telling y'all what's been going on with me. Because I've just been so crazy busy. It's not like I haven't even thought about it. Oh, yeah. They do get mad when they have to pay more. Like this year, everybody's forgotten about little Trump's little present that he gave us. I want to give you more money back in your pocket. Well, guess where that money came from? Less taxes. So less taxes were taken out of your paycheck. And that is it. How long have I been in my house? I have been in my house coming up on a year and 4 months is how long I've been in this house. Oh, yeah. Those cryptos and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's, one of those things. That's a new thing. I'm going to be taking a class on that soon on crypto and stuff. So I've got a bunch of C Corps to do soon. And personal tax returns and other C Corps to do. So I've got a lot of stuff I've got to do. Yeah, like it's the house that I grew up in, so I still haven't gotten everything done that I want to get done. I need to get rid of the star shed, and I need to put something else, something over the box out there, which means, and I was going to turn that in. But that's gonna be something else. Fire pit, hangout spot in Nick's place. Are you asking about crypto, Ed? It's going to be capital. It's capital gains, capital losses is what crypto is classified as, because you're putting it in there on the Schedule D, which is the 8949, and you're having to list them as like you would stocks. So it's like stocks and stuff like that. So it's really, to me, it's really easy to do stock returns. Some people hate it. I like it. I've also done sale of homes and rental properties and foreign income, which reminds me, I've got to do a foreign income tax return that I haven't done yet. I've got to sit down and do that because I've got an Australian. I've got to account for his Australian money since he was in the U.S. for a certain amount of time. So, I did a guy who's on an oil rig in Saudi Arabia, and there's things that you can do with that, like foreign income exclusion, and then foreign taxes that you've paid. You can take those credits on the tax on the stuff that you're not getting excluded. Here you go. So you made your 50th state contact on FT8 for your 20-meter endorsement. Now you just hope they use Logbook of the World. Well, you can always reach out to them, Ron, and make sure they use Logbook of the World. Just send them an email and be like, hey, can you make sure you upload your log to Logbook of the World for me, please? I'd greatly appreciate it. I guarantee you they'll do it. Because I've had contacts that I've made, and they weren't getting my call sign right. So I reached out to them and told them that they needed to put my call sign in their log, and updated everything, and it worked perfectly fine. A lot of people are really, really nice about that. So especially if they're trying to get probably awards and stuff like that. So I would definitely reach out to your 50th state contact person and make sure that they upload it to the Logbook of the World to confirm it. In Texas, you're never the 50th state. Oh my goodness. So well, they should, Ron, but that doesn't mean anything. I would still reach out to them just to confirm. It doesn't hurt. It's an email. Just my opinion. I mean, email's so amazing nowadays. So, any other questions about taxes or ideas on making sure you get your 50th state contact, Ron? And get that award for your 50 states or all states award. $10 meter has been booming. I believe it has. I've heard it's been booming. If y'all remember, Mike Crowley, who is local here, he was on the show, and he's been reaching out to me, and he got a new Yaesu radio for his truck, and he kept reaching out to me. He's like, hey, can you get on da 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 da? And I'm like, I am so sorry, I am at work. And he's like, you work so late. And I'm like, I know, it's tax season. So I've been meaning to get up with him on that and testing everything out. And I've just been stupidly, crazily busy to the point to where I'm like dead to the world. As soon as I come home, I'm done. I'm exhausted. Bye, Ed. Have safe travels to Maine. Well, as much as I want to be on here for a full hour, I am doubly exhausted. Next week, hopefully me and Ria will be on together, or I guess me again, and I'll come up with something for us to talk about. I'll have more time to plan it and contemplate it and talk about it because, well, I'm slowed down. So I'm not going to be working as much next week. So if y'all have any questions about taxes or anything, feel free to reach out to me. I'll try to help you as much as possible. My wheelhouse only goes so far, but I also like to study and get knowledgeable. And I'm going to start studying on my extra and getting my extra while also studying and going, getting up to almost an EA at work. So I'm going to be doing a lot of doing that this summer, taking a lot of classes and stuff for taxes. Then I'm also going to work on doing my extra and upgrading to that. And then I'll have access to everything, which will be fun. You're welcome, Dawn. So 73 y'all by Cavane. Don't forget to buy me a blue drink, like and subscribe to both channels, and catch us both next week. Hopefully we'll be on together with our usual shenanigans and have something planned out, and I won't be such a bore. I apologize. I'm just exhausted. So adios. Au revoir. 73.